Hello guys, RAK'S here, and today I'm going to talk about some details that you can consider for doing gold shuffles and some other details that you should consider for doing active gold making. Okay? So, for gold shuffles you have mainly two options, which are tailoring and letterworking. So let's go through tailoring a little bit first. I'm in Soldasar because this is one of the options you may have depending on your server. So what you want to craft is this, the tile spray linen pants. They sell for around 29 gold. So if in your server tile spray linen is going for less than a gold, that's totally viable because you'll be making like 3-4 gold a craft. And this one is the one that you can do totally AFK. Like you fill your bank with materials for crafting a couple of thousand of this, you get the threads, the linen, you fill your bank, you fill your bags, you put it to craft, and you forget about it. You just leave the PC going and you can return in a couple of hours and you just start opening your mail and selling everything to the vendor. If it's at under 1 gold per tile spray linen, you can make, if it's at under 1 gold, you'll be making like 5 gold per craft. If it's at 1 gold approximately. And if it starts going down, you should add 1.7 gold per 10 silvers it go down. So it's nice. It's viable, but it depends on the realm. On my realm, this goes for 1.3 gold. And it's not that viable because it's 30-40 silver per craft. I mean, if you want to do it totally AFK, it's acceptable. It's not something good. Depends on your realm. Now, the other option you have is using Shadowlands material, and for that, you want to craft the Shrouded Cloth Robe. Okay, which is this one. This is a little bit new. It changed a little bit. So it's this one, Shrouded Cloth Robe. That's the most viable option. If you're not exalted with a faction, the Shrouded Cloth Robe is the best option if you're exalted with a faction. If you're not exalted, another option is the cloak, but for that you have to get the material for real cheap. Now, for letterworking you have two options: the composite bow and where is this? I don't have it here. Oh yeah, this is the other PC. So you have the composite bow or the arm guards. The arm guards are viable too, but everything depends on the prices. If Desolate Leather it's going for less than 2.7 gold, it's maybe more viable to craft the arm guards. If it's going for 2.7 and the pallet bones are cheaper, the bow is more viable. You can make a little spreadsheet on Excel where you compare that and you can enter the prices of your particular realm and you can craft. I mean, you can pick which one to craft. Of course, for this you want to be exalted with a major city, as I have mentioned before, so you can get the best profit out of it. Okay? Now, there are some other things you could do here. Now, what other thing you could do is just go to Mist of Ternocite. I've been comparing mists with open world farms. Especially if you're a tank and you're above 200 item level, this is totally viable. You can go to mists, do like massive pulls, like one big pull here, then the labyrinth is the labyrinth. And then here you can start like pulling these 2 packs, these 2 packs, these 2 packs, kill the boss, and if you're a tank, you may kill this pack alone. Now, you can kill these packs alone if you want to full clear it, but it's kind of slow. It will take you around 6 minutes. It's a little bit viable, but not that much. So the idea is to keep every run under 10 minutes so you can do like 6 runs an hour. And in that case, it's comparable to an open world farm. If you're not a tank, I don't suggest it that much. Maybe if you are a healer, you can try to do this too, but as a DPS, the queue on the random dungeon finder will be too slow, because this has to be done through the dungeon finder, so you can get to the skinnable mobs quickly. What's the advantage of doing this versus doing an open world farm? Is that these ones, all these mobs, have a chance to drop heavy cow's hide. It's higher because they are in a dungeon. At least that's what I think. I've compared, and the frequency they drop a heavy cow's hide is higher, and they drop more cow's hide, so that's viable, totally viable. You can also go to the Maldraxxus farm. You can go to the Ardenweald farms if you want to, but I think this one is viable, and this one is the one that I enjoy the most. Of course, in this farm in particular, you will get less raw gold, but in terms of leather, you will get more heavy cow's hide. Of course, it will depend on your server, what's more viable to do with the heavy cow's hide. You can auction it, you can craft it into enchanted heavy cow's hide, or you can even craft legendaries with it. I mean, it will depend on the economy of your server, just to keep you aware about that. And of course, this is an active gold making method. Another option you have, I have mentioned this before, and I know it's a little bit repetitive, is to go to Motorlord. If you have a tank, note one, a tank or a class that can stealth and is decently geared. If you're a tank, the gear requirement is lower, but if you're a DPS or a healer, you will struggle if you are not well geared. What do I mean? If I go here and on this little part, let me zoom it in this little part I will use an invis body on my tank because it's a dead knight, and I will skip this part all up to the first boss. Then I will just skip the boss and pull all this trash on the way up to this pack. I will kill all that trash because it can give me some greens for scrapping. And then I will skip the second boss and I will try to skip all the trash here. How I do it is I go walking by this path, because you cannot use the little cart, the mine cart here. You cannot use it if you don't kill the second boss, but you can also, you're gonna still walk through the path, through the rails, and get here. Then I'll go through this area over here, skipping all the trash I can. I will skip all the trash, just going by this side, then going up here, then here I will just jump to this side and skip this pack. You can cross this little hill and skip this pack. If you pull it, you gotta kill it, basically. Then you will kill the boss and you will get the materials. For this you will need the googles, as I have mentioned before. And also, I suggest you to do this on a tank that has the essence. Let me see if I can show you the essence on this tune. Yes, I do have it here. A tank that has the essence, what's the name of this essence? The AOE essence, the one that was from Mythic Plus. So when you get to the boss, if you have a tank, you will have a humongous health pool. Of course, for that you will have to have the Heart Feather equipped, and you will just blast the boss with the essence, like 10% of the health in one hit. And after he comes down of the intermission, you will hit another 10%, so your essence will do 20% of your damage there. So it's very viable to do that there too. Now, other farm that was a little bit viable before, but it's not anymore, is a Talisar. Don't even touch a Talisar anymore, because these Saurids do not give leather anymore, nor bones, they just give grey items. So just skip these ones and don't touch this dungeon. Now, other one that you can do is, if you have a tailor, you can go to Freehold and just kill everything. As you can see me, I suggest you to do things with the tanks, because tanks are more bulky, and you can do more with less, basically. Less item level, better results. That's what you can do with a tank. If you do it with a DPS, it has to be a meta class, decently geared, to do it at the same piece of a tank, because a tank can massively pull, You can have the BFA essence, especially for BFA farms, and that will make everything a cakewalk. I'll be a little bit more free this time, so I'll be doing more videos now. I'll be guiding you on how to make gold in other ways. Since I started the channel in December, I just noticed that I have made over 3 or 4 million gold. Of course, I'm not the type of saving person. I don't save my gold. I just spend it on things that I cannot do. Like, I have time to play my monk a little bit. I don't have much time to play my DK or my druid or my hunter. So basically, I spend the gold on paying people to carry me while I'm doing other stuff, to gear them and to be able to make more gold. Of course, as you know, I love shuffles, and I strongly suggest you to do them if you're doing something else. Of course, if your computer can handle both things. And that will be all, guys. I'll see you on the next one. I hope you like the information I've given. I'll be focusing a little bit more now on active gold making methods. And something that I wanted to mention before I leave is, if you want to make gold, you have to be constant. If you do it once, the results are going to be small, and you may not notice them. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, you'll make a lot of gold. Now let me see if I can show you here. Statistics, and if you see here, gold from vendors, 4.5 million. In my other tune I have like 3 million. In the other tune I have like 6 million. So you can make gold this way, AFK. Of course, you can also auction. That also makes a lot of gold. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a good one.